Ahlan wa sahlan ili Master Adabi. So in this lesson here, I'm talking about some of my highlights from lesson 2, Das Ifnain. So in this particular video here, I'm looking at how my ability in understanding the language, my listening comprehension, like how well is it? And there is a moment in the video where he's talking about his life, he's describing his life, and I'm understanding a lot of it. Not all of it, but a lot of it. And so I was going to give my commentary on this piece and talk about some of the things that you need to look for and work on when you are learning a language, in this instance Arabic. So let's get right into it. Here's the video.
بعد كده أنا رحت لشغلي للجامعة الساعة 8 صباحا. كان عندي شغل في الجامعة من الساعة 8 صباحا للساعة 2 بعد الظهر.
Okay.
أنا أكلت سندويش.
Now you see these dots here. I didn't understand the word before that. So when you're learning the language, you're not going to understand everything. Now a lot of it's contextual too, because I had lessons before with this particular teacher. And when you are talking about your day over and over again, you expect certain things to be said. You expect certain words, certain verbs, and certain nouns to be said. And so everything that is in the subtitle, I can understand and comprehend. But every now and then there are some words that's going to slip in there that you're not going to know, as in this case here. But as you can see, you can still get the gist of the sentence.
فراخ في الجامعة مع عصير تفاح وشربت شاي.
Okay.
بعد كده أنا ركبت العربية.
Again, I didn't know this word, but this word now I know what it means. I rode.
ركبت العربية.
ما معنى نكبت؟
ركبت to ride a car.
Okay.
أنا ركبت I rode a car.
ركبت العربية. Okay.
ركبت العربية I rode a car ورجعت للبيت الساعة 5 مساء.
Okay.
عشان نبدأ الدرس.
نبدأ الدرس.
Start the class.
Okay. Oh, يبدأ. Okay. أيوة. We started now.
See, and the reason why I didn't understand that particular word, because that was the third person plural, we, instead of the I. And so a lot of times in Arabic, what I'm noticing is that I understand the word in first person, but I may not understand the word in third person by ear. Of course, I can recognize it by sight, but by ear. So the word here was nabda, as in we begin, and the first person is abda. So again, you just need time in the language. You just have to spend that time in the language, and over time, or in time, you will begin to recognize the word in all persons.
No. No.
بعد الدرس أنا هاكل العشاء وأشرب العصير.
ما معنى حلق؟
Now, this is another instance here. Now, I know this word is aqual, but anytime you want to make something future in Egyptian Arabic, you add the consonant ha before it, so hakul. And that little, just that one consonant threw me off, right? So these are things that I'm noticing in the language, right? So when a word goes from present tense to future or past, I may not understand it. And or if the word goes from first person to third person, I may not understand it. And so these are things that I'm noticing in the language. So just pay attention to that as you're learning the language. It's natural, it's fine. Just push through it and you're going to understand everything eventually.
Cool.
Hal kul.
Kul, I will eat.
Oh, future. Okay. Now,
Kul. بالليل أنا هشوف التلفزيون.
See, in this case here, I understood the word hashuf or ashuf as in I watch, hashuf as in I will watch, because I have heard that word a lot in that tense.
وأقرأ الأخبار في الإنترنت.
ma'am, you said Akbar? News?
أيوة الأخبار.
Oh, I read the news on the internet. Aywa. فهمت.
أيوة. أنا أنام الساعة 11 بالليل.
11.
هنام أو sleep. هنام
Now.
أنا هنام. أو sleep.
Okay.
أنا هنام. أنت هتنام. هو هينام. So on.
Okay,
Quiz.
just the conjugations.
امبارح yesterday أنا زرت بيت أبويا وأمي.
Okay. Quiz. أنت تعيشي في منصورة؟
أيوة أنا عايش في المنصورة. وأنت عايش فين؟
All right, so at this point in the conversation now, he's switching gears on me, and he's starting to ask me a series. Of questions, and so this is quite interesting. So I like this particular part of the section because he begins to talk about someone who actually lives in North Carolina. So this is a cool moment.
الولايات المتحدة.
في أي ولاية؟
North Carolina. في عاصمة.
في العاصمة.
أيوة.
North Carolina. أنا عندي صديقة هي مصرية وهي عايشة في نورث كارولاينا.
بجد؟
أيوة. هي كانت زميلة. She was a classmate.
كويس. هي لسه تعيش في نورث كارولاينا؟
أعتقد. I think so. أعتقد.
اوكي. كويس. في أي مدينة؟ في مدينة إيه؟
And that is pretty much it right there. of unscripted Arabic speech. So yeah, there you have it, you know. So here's what I liked about this particular lesson. I was understanding a lot of Arabic, particularly about the daily schedule, and that was fantastic. And I also like the fact that I'm beginning to notice and pay attention to my when I'm making mistakes or when I can't understand certain words. So as you saw here, I couldn't understand a word when it went to the past, and I couldn't understand a word or verb when it went to the third person because I was used to hearing it in the first person. So I'm starting to notice these things. And the last thing I like about this particular lesson here is that he actually knew someone who lives in the same state as I live in C. And she was from Egypt, and now she lives here in North Carolina. So I thought that was a cool thing to point out, and that I understood it as he was explaining that to me. So, and anyway, I was able to also react in the language too when I found that out, and you know, that was a very natural reaction. So when I found that out, I said, "Beget, beget, beget." That means really, you know, as in like, you know, you were surprised by that. So things like that, I think, are ways to know that you are progressing in the language, and these are highlights for me. But anyway, ma salama.